Hello everyone, welcome back. Professor Piyush here. Today we will explore one of the very powerful and very commonly used tool in Rhino 3D, which is Sweep One Rail or Sweep Rail. So this is a surface creation tool which you can find in surface menu. If you go into the surface menu at the top, you will see there are two sweep rail options, Sweep One Rail and Sweep Two Rails. We will cover Sweep One Rail. You can also find this tool in your surface creation tab. If this tab is not available, you can go to your extreme right and look for a options gear. If you click it, it will bring you an option of show toolbar, which will open another scroll down list where you can go down to your S alphabet. Here you will find a surface creation checkbox. You can check it. If that's tab is not there, it will automatically appear. Even you will find that in your standard, under your standard, in your main sidebar, you will find a surface creation tool set. Click the triangle, tear the whole surface creation toolbar and keep it aside. In this, you will find Sweep One Rail and Sweep Two Rails as well. So let me show you how this works. First, we will start with a basic example. I have created this profile where this is acting as my rail and this is the cross section or the shape which I want to sweep along this curve. So the advantage of this is it can sweep any kind of cross section along a curve, unless you have to make sure the curve is, I will recommend keep the curve at the center somewhere inside that cross section so that it should give command a path from which this cross section should pass along the curve. Okay, let me show you how it works. So first I will activate the Sweep One Rail command and then it will ask me to select the rail. So this is my rail on which I want my cross section to sweep along, right? So I will select this as a rail. Straight away it will ask me to select sweep shapes. You don't need to go out of the command or click any right mouse button or space bar or enter. Directly you can select the cross section. So I will select it and then it will ask me to select another shape. So if you have multiple cross sections along the curve, you can do that as well. We will cover that example also. For example, I create the same cross section on this point, but I reduce the scale of that. That also can happen. First, you will see with this basic example. I will just right click, as it says, press enter when done. I will press enter or right click or space bar, it's the same thing. And then it will ask me to adjust the seam point. This arrow and point is actually the seam on which this surface will be created. So I can bring my arrow here and flip the seam as well. In this case, it won't affect much, but I will show you examples where it can affect. So I'll keep the seam as it is and right click again to complete the surface process. Now it will come up with an options where you can change the profile a little bit. For example, if you want the frame style to be road-like or free-form, currently it's not affecting much because the cross section is not like that. If you uncheck the box of Refit Rail, these options are more effective when you have multiple cross sections. As I told you before, if you have multiple cross sections on your curve, then these options comes more handy. So we can refit those options. Currently I can go with do not change cross section and click OK. So my cross section profile or my sweep shape is perfectly sweeping along this curve. Now I will show you another example. I have created multiple curves now. If you see, there are 3 curves which are attached to each other and this is not one single curve. So if we follow the same process as we did before, I will select the Sweep Rail command and it will ask me to select the rail. I will select the rail and straight away it will ask me to select the sweep shapes. But I want this sweep shape to be passing through all these curves. But it is not giving me that option to select multiple rails. I can select multiple sweep shapes but not multiple rails in this case. So how do we fix that? I will escape, get out of the command, and then again I will activate Sweep Rail. This time I will select chain edges. So what does chain edges do? It will give you an option to select multiple rails. So now I can select multiple rails. I will select first rail and you will see the option still says select next segment for rail, and when you are done you can press enter. So I can select n number of rails, there is no limit in that. Then I will select another rail and then another rail, and when all my rails are selected I will just click my right mouse button, and then it will ask me to select sweep shapes. So now I will select my cross section or sweep shape. I can select multiple shapes now also in this command line as well, but as there is only one sweep shape, I will just click my right mouse button, and then it will come to the seam option. I will keep it as it is, and then right click again. We have got the shape with multiple rails. Now let me show you another example where we have multiple cross sections or multiple sweep shapes and multiple rails. So again I will activate my sweep one rail command. I will go to chain edges so that I can select multiple rails. I will select my rail 1, 2 and 3, and then I will right click, and then I will select sweep shapes. So I can select multiple sweep shapes starting from the bottom 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then I will right click. I have the options to adjust my seam. First I will keep it as it is and see what result I am getting, and then I will right click again and my profile is coming. Here you see these are the options which will come in handy. If I uncheck the refit rail box, you can see the rail will automatically set there, and if I uncheck and if I say do not change cross sections, so it will give the profile as per the rails, right? But if I click this refit rail, you will see the rails are getting adjusted automatically so that we get a smoother surface. And if I click refit cross sections with certain distance, if I change it to 0.5, it will automatically adjust the profile and the cross section profile. You can see the profile is changing here to get a smoother result. If I make it 0.001, then the profile will shrink back. If I change it to 0.01, you will see the profile will get smoothened. So these options helps us in making your overall profile or overall surface better. Now what happens if I click road like? Still not much difference, so we'll keep it freeform. And if I check the box of global shape bending, it will automatically bend the shape based on the profile, but this here it's not giving a right option, so I will uncheck the box and keep the profile as it is. Right, so all these yellow things which you are seeing are our original sweep cross sections which we have given, and to merge upon it they have created multiple cross sections. So you can also do some powerful shape bending or surface creation by using multiple rails and multiple cross sections just by using sweep one rail. Let me explain you with another example to give a clear explanation of what is the difference between road like and freeform kind of a sweep. So again I will bring my sweep one rail and select my rail, select my sweep shape and right click again. Now I was talking about the freeform, the frame style basically. So currently it is road like. Let me just zoom out and show you the real difference. Now what if I change it to freeform? You will see the profile is more smoother and strictly following the curve better. But when I go for road like, you will see a subtle linearity or movement in the shape. So this options can be used based on what kind of work profile you are doing, and this example is giving me more better contrast between all these options, right? Now what does set axis do? Set axis is basically the axis on which this profile will rotate. Let me demonstrate you this. So I will click set axis. Now it will ask me to give the axis direction. So I can just give any direction. I will type 0, so start from the origin, and let's say I give this direction. So on this direction the shape will rotate and twist, right? So this can be used. This is a very curvy shape, but if you are doing some linear sweep or something like that, there you can use this twist or this give an axis to give a rotation. to get interesting shapes. And the thing is, now once you have rotated it, if I use Control Z, or if I press the escape key, totally the whole profile will go off. So I have to restart. So there is the editing issue. There is an editing problem. You have to go back again and redo it. Let me show you that. So again, I will take sweep 1, sweep shape, right click, right click. Now whatever changes I do here, I need to be very careful and make up our mind. So what kind of form I want. So whatever, this is the stage where you need to fix this. Then when you press OK, that will be finalized, right? And if you go back, it will totally remove the shape. It will only leave you with the curves which you have started with. Now I've showed you the difference between freeform and road-like and how axis works. Let me show you what these things can do in this. So this example is actually helping me to give you a better understanding with more difference. Now for example, my cross section here is a triangle. So if I want to use this rebuild cross section, see what happens. When I click this, it will give me a more smoother, very organic version of the triangle, right? Something like this, because I have increased the number of control points. So let's say if I decrease the control points to 1, so you will see the profile is not that smoother, right? So what happens if I increase the control points to 15? You will see more smoother profile, right? So this is how you can use a rebuild cross section. With using a basic cross section, it can rebuild it. And if you click do not change cross section, it will come back to the original, right? Refit Rail is not Refit Rail, as I told you, it works better when you have multiple cross sections attached, which we have already covered in the previous example. So I hope most of the things are covered in this. One more interesting thing which sweep 1 can help you with is aligning the surface. For example, you have this already done surface and you want a surface to extend in the same profile. So this tool makes it super easy. Let me show you. So I'll bring my sweep 1 rail, and this time you have to select this as a rail, because this is what you want to move along on this direction. So I will show you how it is done. So to select only this rail, if you select like this, it will select the edge of the surface, and then it will ask me to select sweep. So you want to sweep this curve which will act as a profile. So if I click this and then right click, it will sweep vertical, like flat, parallel to that line, right? But this is not what we wanted. We wanted it to sweep along in the same parallel and blend it with the surface. There, align with surface come in handy, right? So if I click align with surface, you will see automatically this surface will blend and take the same profile and follow the same angles and motions and the directions, right? Isn't it good? So you can extend any surface if you want using the sweep 1 rail also. So we have covered align with surface as well. Now let me give you another very clear example to explain how global shape bending works when we use sweep 1 rail. So again, I will bring the sweep 1 rail, select my rail, my cross sections or my shapes, and right click again. Now if you go down in the sweep options, you have 3 options. One is close sweep, second is global shape bending, and third one is untrimmed meters, right? So close sweep, we will cover that as well after this, but first you understand what global shape blending means. So if I make it free form, or even if I don't click free form, you will see the profile is automatically taking shape based on the cross sections given. It is automatically blending, right? But if I check the box of global shape bending, you will see this is a very uniform way of bending the profiles, right? Starting from this. So this is the correct way of blending the surface, the global method. But if I uncheck the box and if I want the profile little more, very organic or curvy, I can go both ways. So this is how global shape bending affects the surface blending. Next, I will show you a very clear example of how can we use close sweep in Rhino 3D when we are using sweep 1 rail option. So as I told, the close sweep works when you have multiple cross sections, and make sure your rail is closed. The rail should be in a loop. It shouldn't be an open curve. Here you will see it's a circle which is inclined, or can be an ellipse. which is closed, right? If I go select this and go to the properties, it will show me that the object type is a closed curve. So make sure your rail should be a closed curve, then only you will get a close sweep option, right? And you should have multiple, more than two, at least more than two cross sections. So let me show you. Again, bring the sweep one rail, select rail, and select all the shapes one by one. Right click and right click again. Now you will see earlier this close sweep checkbox was not reflecting. It was faded like this, but now it is coming up because it is asking us that you want this profile also to be closed or not. It has connected from one cross section to second and second cross section to third. Now it is asking us an option like, do we want to close that and connect this pentagon to this square? So I can check the box and close the loop, right? Or if I want to keep it like that, I can do this. And here also I'm getting an option of global shape bending. So if I click this, you can see automatically the shape will start to bend. And what happens if I do it in the close sweep? We'll see the bending is more better, right? So these options comes based on the profile you are sweeping or based on the work you are doing, right? As you saw, the freeform and the road like, how can you set the axis? When does the align with surface activates? How does close sweep work? How does global shape bending works? Where do we use refit rails? What happens if I change the cross section or rebuild the cross sections? These options are available based on the profile you are working with, right? So you can take full advantage of sweep one rail based on your applications. All these options I have covered so that in any kind of modeling or any kind of process, these can come handy. There are multiple ways to do the same thing in Rhino because Rhino is filled with a lot of tools, but sometimes some things fit. So it's important that you are aware and you should have a very deep knowledge of all the tools available in Rhino. So that's what we are doing here. So I hope you will keep practicing this and we'll meet again and we will deep dive and explore another interesting tool in Rhino 3D. Till then, bye-bye.